fucking clean up this bullshit. Yeah, if it's tangible, I'm not sure. But there are things that I'd past, present, future operate at the same time. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Everything scientifically points to that it's possible that with a science project that certain people from the past were moved to the future through a wormhole. That's entirely tangible. To develop lines of communications and narratives for corporations and genocidal narratives to fulfill their objective. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. So that's entirely tangible. To me, that's the relevancy of it is life's eternal and grace is infinite. Okay, that's the truth of the glory of God. So the relevancy of manipulation is, okay, so if it did or did not happen, it's like I tell people, what if I told you that Jesus was taken by corporations that call themselves religions and moved through a wormhole to the year 3000, would you still believe in him and still have faith in God? If the answer is yes, then you're a Christian and a Muslim. If the answer is you're just fucking crazy, it's like you voted for it. You didn't elect to live the Lord's Prayer. You voted for money and science projects to keep your money safe. And so, I don't believe you believe in the Lord, and I don't believe you have faith in God. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. That's all. That may be all I need to know, right? And so you got to, and then they had that. I watched my last one. I hit the thing to see how this time was there. This AKASKA, whatever, lick, and this BELZE orgasm. Right? And I'm like, that shit takes care of itself, guys. Doing things for sexuality, sex isn't for orgasm. Okay. It's not much ado about nothing. Sex is about reproduction. Okay. If people don't sexually reproduce, you don't get to have homosexual sex. Okay. The fuck for the buck stops with you. Right. So sex is obvious. Me and Lawrence had that conversation years ago. Him and his New Mexico State education. I said, sex is for reproduction. No, it's a form of communication. No, John Calvin would kill you if you said that. I tried to explain that to him. Did you know that if you taught that New Mexico State curriculum back in John Calvin's Genesa, that he'd have you killed for teaching bad gospels to the children? I remember explaining that to him, and he was like, no. It's like, you obviously have not studied John Calvin, have you? You haven't read his writings. You haven't read what that man did. And there was a man named Ptolemy. And Ptolemy said that we should be able to write down the Gospels in the Vulgate text and let people try to discern for themselves right from wrong and good from bad. So they have the knowledge and the capability. Okay. And John Calvin was like, no. If you give it to Joe Dumb, he'll use it to become John Brown and Bloody Kansas, and he'll use it to this and that. The same thing John Calvin was doing, okay? He said John Calvin was reading the Gospels and then telling other people about it and then killing people because they were teaching him wrong, okay? And Ptolemy said, no, if we sit down and we talk and understand the true spirit and nature of the Gospels, right? And Calvin invites Ptolemy to Geneva, puts on a kangaroo court trial, and then has him publicly murdered. Not executed, murdered. Okay. Ptolemy didn't rape any girls. Ptolemy didn't murder his neighbor to rape his wife. Okay. But according to John Calvin, okay, who was praying God in his head and predestination and the elect and all that, he heard teaching the Gospels wrong. That sends children to hell. So he murdered this man. Okay. That's why I would not go to a Calvinist church for all the tea in China and all the money in Fort Knox. That's why I tell my family all the time, I just don't believe in your God. I don't believe in your Jesus. And I don't believe in that you do. Okay? I think you've made something up that you're accept because you're afraid of the truth. Because if you accept the truth, the liars will kill you. Because this is Las Cruces effing fucking New Mexico, right? So I don't get mad because you forgive them 7 times upon infinity. And your faith has to be based on reality. And the reality is life is eternal and grace is infinite, right? So it does, and orgasms take care of themselves. And if I wanted to hear an Asian man lick a woman's vagina like a dog licking water out of a bowl, I would do that my own damn self and say, okay, not Asian man, me. But that's irrelevant. Okay. What you do in the bedroom, okay, is your business. Now, there are certain things you can do. Sodomy is unhealthy and can cause disease and kill you. So I would advise you not to do it. Okay. Now, if you do it, then that's heaven and hell are instantaneous. Life is eternal. Grace is infinite. God's omniscient, omnipotent. Okay. I understand and obey natural laws. I understand the consequences of my actions. I understand the results of my actions. The weather people don't. I was watching Ryan on his weather thing, and he sells Factor and all that. It's like, and why is this? And I tried to talk about it at dinner the other night, but everybody just kind of, but have you ever watched the Weather Channel? The weather tells you what it's doing. And if you watch the patterns and you watch where the pockets of human activity and what's going on, you can see why the weather is doing what it's doing. Okay. Where it's trying to use weather to inflict the most damage on the life forms that are causing damage to nature. Okay, you drought this area. That's the worst damage you can do there. You flood that area. You tornado this area. So where it can inflict the most damage to the life forms, the things, symbiotic relationships that are causing damage to nature, that's what it will try to do if you sit and watch it. And I told people that. I remember when I was working at Blake's, I tried to explain it to kids. Do you see where there's this big economic activity over China stuff, and then this hot heat bubble goes over the North Pole, and then where we're doing economic things on the other side too, this cold weather comes out and goes, bam, stop, right? And tries to slow everything down, stop it. Plug it up with rain, plug it up with snow, And then we think, oh, good, we need the snow. Not that much. You're out of balance. You're out of whack. You need the snow. You're going to have it's weird because they have those fires with burn scars and the water and the snow, and it washes it all away. So it's literally just trying to get rid of the disease, which is human beings. Okay. And you try to explain that to people. It's like, we really know not to be a disease. But, you wanted osmosis, you got osmosis, right? That's what we need to do. But people don't tell you that. They just sell you products wrapped in plastic sent to you in a vehicle. Instead of, hey, you don't have a mortgage. Hey, look at the farm. You and me here out on the farm. You let sun be our alarm kicking off. I don't want to hold you. I just want to hold you. And I don't want to need you. I just like to see you smile. Stay for a while. Right? I wonder if Janet Jackson's watching. Hey, Janet. Do you get it? I don't talk to your son's biological father. No, not at all. He's one of those type of people that try to make me run over in the parking lot of Best Buy would be if I didn't exist. Yeah, it's really hard to have a child with someone like that. Yeah. Tell me about it. Yeah, they don't want to tell the truth about you and participate in the truth of your faithful love. And then that's like wishing you dead, wishing their lie be righteousness and your truth be the devil. You're the devil. Like all the Jehovah's Witnesses call me devil. He's the devil. I'm a devil. Okay. Because I call you on your bullshit and your comic book sales. Fuck you. Okay. And no, Mormons don't show up to knock on my door. No, neither do Jehovah's Witnesses. The devil lives there in El Camino Real. You come off the dirt road past the Martinez's trailer? Yeah. I'm the devil because I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer, and you want to elect to be John Calvin's ballsack. Okay. You're an asshole. Hey, Ptolemy, stay away from him. Yeah, so no, that was really bad. I remember reading that in school. And, there's a lot of things I read in school. And and then everybody, well, how do you know they didn't write down that stuff? Well, when something is written down as completely not math, and it's a historical document based on actual events, I'm a tad bit more inclined to go, okay, they were wacko back then, and I believe this shit. But when I read a book and it says he took the stick in the Red Sea potted, and they all ran across the bottom of the Red Sea, and then people in chariots that could have run lots faster than them came running in behind them after the great, and I'm like, no, it wasn't like that at all. Joe, you're a liar. You're taking all the magic out of the Bible. I'm putting the truth back in. I'm the way, the truth, and life, not, hey, I'm the Magic Kingdom. Disney, stream me on Hulu and pay for it. I'm Disney on crack. Right? Do you understand? So you try to get that across. Hey, Minnie, come over here and give me some sexual healing, Minnie. Come on. Hey, come on. Okay. I thought we talked about that. It's time to go to the disco and get busy. No. Okay, guys. Life wasn't meant to be astronauted and influenced and advertised and marketed. It was meant to be, these are the moments, a private paradise of faithful love and kindness and caring. And if only 18 people really know you, that's better than telling 18 million people you love them because they gave you their time, which was fake-ass murder rape money. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. And if you don't think these conversations are more intelligent than the egotistical musings of Michio Kaku, Brian Cox, and Neil deGrasse Tyson, you are so full of shit. You're as dumb as they are. Hi, I'm John Nash. I will have the best masturbation money in the history. I put your sisters, climb a tree to see your sisters walk around in their underwear, and if you wank to it and you fall down, it's your own fault. You're signing a waiver. Okay? Angela's Ashes. You never seen the movie? She had the consumption, and I didn't care. Right? And so I do care. I care if people are dying from a disease because their dad babied them and put them in extreme conditions and they didn't have a good immune system to survive it. I do care. You don't sit there and invent disgusting conditions and then come up with a dead virus or a mutated virus that you invented to put in people's bodies to have them survive conditions that you have no intention on stopping until you think you're ready and you've killed all the people that you think deserve killing because they're a threat to your dominance economically. You will fix the ecosystem when you've killed all the people that you're a threat to your dominance economically. Money is a human invention made to distract the selfish so they will fight like hell over what they think they own and what they want. And in the process, put everything that we need given to us by the glory of God at jeopardy. If you think that's the stupidest thing you ever heard, tell the people in NASA to get the fuck out of your house, or try to find a way to have them in your house and have their devices attached to your TV and wake up in the middle of the night and say, that was not Mary Ann, that was a CGI image rendering of your sick, fucked up imagination. That's not the woman I know and love. That's your imagination. Your imagination is a pervert. Okay? Bobby Schuller at the Haunted Mansion. I renounce you in the name of Christ. I renounce you. You can't make any money off my stupidity. Money's not real. Fuck off. Stop saying that. Stop vulgar intercoursing. Okay, do you understand? Bobby Schuller's an asshole. He's a total asshole. He's a complete asshole. His fucking dad's old church, man. They were in Riverside, and Bob was being totally abusive and as usual to my sister. So she tried to leave him for someone else. And he told the whole congregation, she fucked around on me, blah, 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 blah. And she got an abortion and felt like she was going to hell. She had to call me to help survive it. Okay. And I was like, God dang, Val, no, anybody in their right mind would find a nicer guy and try to have kids with him and leave Bob. He's an asshole. Don't feel bad. Just do it right next time. Don't sneak around. Do it right in front of his face. Say, I'm tired of you being an asshole. I'm leaving. And I'm going to find a nicer guy to raise the girls with. Just tell them, I don't want my daughters to grow up thinking they have to accept someone like you as a husband. Okay? You're an asshole. And until you change yourself, you're always going to be an asshole, Ebenezer Sneezer. He's an asshole. Bob's an asshole, just like Bobby Schuller and just like Robert Schuller. Okay, they were in a glass house full of hypocrites asking for money for Jesus because Jesus isn't done watching the Peep Show. Jesus is down on Main Street. All the losers and the hustlers used to watch him through the glass. I stay on around till closing time just to watch her walk on past. Unlike all the others, she looks so young and sweet. As she walked down that empty street, down on Main Street, that's Jesus. Powerless to stop us, but wanting to save us the whole time. That's bullshit. He came, he gave us perfect commands for us to save ourselves, and we're still not living them because we've taken down on Main Street over the truth of the Gospels. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Stop being a hustler and a loser. Down on Main Street. Okay. Used to watch him through the glass, stay on time, stay around till closing time just to watch her walk on past. That's a pretty fucked up sexual reproductive dream of fucking in hell instead of living the Lord's Prayer, right? Okay, I love you.